I want you to close your eyes and let me paint you a picture. The year is 2017. Everyone's happy, the grass is green, life is worth living. And more importantly, video games are actually fun. Oh, and I guess there were no Epstein files at the time, but who cares about that? We were all living our best lives until suddenly, out of nowhere, a video game releases simply titled Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Who is this Mr. Bennett and why is he helping me get over? I mean, I was 12 years old at the time this game launched, and my life was at its peak. I had nothing to get over, or so I thought. This game was everywhere at the time, all over YouTube. Your favorite Let's Players and YouTubers would all boot up this game, fall off the first tutorial cliff, and just scream into their microphone, and bam, 1 million views. If only I was making videos like that at the time, instead of being in the 7th grade math class, learning what do you even learn in 7th grade math? No idea. But yeah, now I'm just stuck here with you guys. I'm joking, you guys are great. And also a shameless plug here to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But that's enough yap. Let's actually dig into what made this game so revolutionary back in 2017. And why it's so heavily replayed to this day, nearly 9 years later. And how this game spawned an entire new subgenre of video games. What makes Getting Over It so impactful is how minimalistic the game is. When you boot up the game, all you see is a cauldron, and after you shake your mouse, a man pops out and he's holding a hammer. Naturally, you come to learn the controls just by experimenting with what you can and can't do. There's no massive in-game tutorial, no text prompts or yellow paint directing you where to go. It's just you, a bucket, and a hammer. As you eventually get over the first hurdle by flicking your mouse around in giant circles, you are greeted by a voice who really is the star of this game, and why I personally think the game even got as popular as it did. And you guessed it, that voice is Mr. Bennett Foddy himself, the guy who made the game. So every time you make a mistake in this game, you're hearing this guy monologue about his own game and why it's so great and why you suck at it. And honestly, looking back on it, this guy has just pioneered peak rage bait. Honestly, climbing this game's mountain is so rewarding, just because of the fact that it's such a unique feeling you won't find anywhere else. Because when you get a hang of this game's unique control scheme of just using the mouse and maneuvering it in different angles and swings to move around the obtuse and random landscape, because like all you have is a hammer and you're stuck in a box. Your only way to get around is to swing left and right or in circles. Once you actually master it and once that movement clicks in your brain, you'll never find that feeling in any other game. But what's even more interesting than mastering the movement is actually understanding the game's meaning and Bennett's commentary. Throughout the game, he mentions how a lot of the culture at the time, he viewed it as pretty much slop. Doesn't really have any meaning to it.
Because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
I'd love to hear Bennett's thoughts on today's social media though. I mean, all of that is just full of AI slop, thirst traps, useless nonsense that goes in one ear, out the other. His head would probably explode low-key just watching it. So, this game succeeds because of two things. Its unique control scheme, and its also unique commentary on the world around it. So now let's look at all the other games released after Getting Over It that were clearly inspired by it in some form or another. First we have Only Up, which is just a below average 3D platformer developed with no real design or purpose other than being annoying to control and just like really unforgiving, in the same vein as Getting Over It. But the game just looks cheaply made and there's no passion behind it, there's no soul behind it. It's just there. Streamers, again, love this game just because they can fall off the cliff and like scream into the microphone again. And sure, it's funny for like the first 10 times when you watch it, but after it, you realize there's no real substance. I need Mr. Bennett Foddy to like talk in my ear why I'm so bad at this game. Up next, we have Chain Together, which I admit does iterate on the gameplay aspect by adding multiplayer. So the way it works is you have you and up to 4 friends chained up. Get the name makes sense now. And you guys have to climb them up out of hell, which is a pretty unique setting, but once again, it's missing any substance or any unique commentary. It's just, okay, you're in here, now climb out. You don't really get anything from being in the game, other than the satisfaction of being in the game, but like there's no deeper meaning to it. It's just there. It's just slop. But getting over it was more than just a frustrating 3D platformer. It was a unique and interesting commentary on the slow downgrade of media over the years. All of these new games inspired by Getting Over It mastered the frustrating part, but failed to add anything new or substantial. In conclusion, if you even got this far, let me just sum it up for you. Getting Over It is good. All the other games are kinda mid. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Goodbye.